Hi, welcome back to Fort Orange. I'm Juhber, and today we're going to be redoing our tool and armor room. So right now, we just have this room that we've been using to enchant our tools. It doesn't actually have a lot of storage for enchanted books. The only thing I really like about it is the look, for one. It's one of the first things I made in this world. And I do like that it shows what you need to enchant each tool. I really want to expand it though, have room for more anvils, have room for the tools and the armor to be enchanted in one place, have some storage for the tools and the armor, and also have storage for all of our enchanted books we're going to need. And do it in a logical, organized way. But first, just like an episode of, basically any house flipping show, we are going to have to tear all this out. Well, actually, the first thing we need to do is move all of this storage out here. So I moved everything out of here, and I moved everything out of all of these chests, and all the tools, and turns out we had a few extra enchanted books lying around, and those are just other random things. Now I'm actually going to take down this wall. So, oh man, there's the sound of horrible chickens next to me. I'm going to move over here. So, this is all the space that we have to work with right now. Unfortunately, it's going to be incredibly loud unless I move the chicken farm, which I'm considering just so I don't have to make tools near the chickens. And we don't really use it anymore. I might just tear the whole thing out and replace it with something else. But I get distracted. So, I have a lot of space to work with, and I actually have some expansion space, and I might push this floor out all the way to those walls, which will give me a lot of room to build. I don't actually have a design yet, I just know I want three things. A place to craft tools and to see the enchantments I want on the tools, a place to craft armor and to see the enchantments I want on the armor, and a place to store all of the enchanted books. And I haven't decided whether all three of those places are going to be here, but at least the tool crafting and the armor crafting is going to happen in this room I'm about to build. Okay, so two things. Thing number one, I've made this. It's my centerpiece. Basically, it's where you're going to do all of your crafting, putting all your stuff on tools, because eventually you're going to use all of your anvils, and I like to have a nice supply. I could make an automatic anvil replacer, but I like this better, and whenever it starts running low, I'm just going to make a spot where I can go up there and fill it up. Thing number two, I'm going to tear the chicken farm out. We don't need it. We don't need chicken anymore. I'm just going to tear it out and replace it with something else. Not during this video, but I just don't want to listen to the chicken anymore. Kind of sad. It was one of the first things I built in this world. Renewable source of food was really important, but I just can't stand it anymore. So that was not the right order to do that in. So I just spent about 5 minutes looking for a zombie and a spider that were stuck inside my walls right here, and I could not find them. It turns out we don't have a zombie or a spider stuck on our wall. So I tore down the chicken farm, partially. I mean, there's no more chickens. There is some chicken left though. Cats. And then I put in a floor, a little bit of a back wall, and a fancy-dancy ceiling. It's hard to see, but it's got some patterns I put in there with inverted staircases. I feel like it needs a little bit of splash of color, but it's probably gonna come on the sides whenever I start putting in our tool storage. I put in one wing of our tool/armor room, and this is where the minecart from our villager trading hall is going to deliver books. I'm going to put a chest in there that you put books in, you press a button, it's going to send a minecart all the way over here. It's going to unload them into these chests. I just realized that I didn't consider one thing. Okay, so I fixed that. As of right now, there's no way to automatically sort different enchanted books, so they're just going to come in here, and then you're going to take them and you're going to bring them over here to manually sort them in a room that I have not created yet. So I know what I'm doing now with this room. I have all my chests in. Here's all my weapons and tool enchantments. Here's my bow enchantments and trident enchantments. Here's all of my armor enchantments. And here's some leftover bow enchantments, fishing rod enchantments, and trash, which basically are most of these books. They just have random stuff on them because I fished way too much when I first started playing on this server. I just have to put in my storage for mending and unbreaking 3, which go on every single item that ever existed. And then I have to decorate it, and then I'll be done. And I have to make sure it's well lit. So I've done a little bit more work in here. I got my unbreaking 3 and mending storage. Hold on a second. And now, all I need to do is completely change this back wall. I realized I forgot to leave a spot for actual storage of tools and armor, which is the entire reason for this. So I have an idea of how I want to do this, and let's see how it turns out. Okay, so I redid this wall. I made a spot for all the tools. I'm going to label it. I want unenchanted tools to go on the top, enchanted tools to go on the bottom, or vice versa. I don't know, it doesn't matter yet. I'll put signs to indicate which one needs to be which. I haven't filled every single slot. I haven't decided if I want to include the fishing rod. I haven't decided if I want to do the elytra here. One of my future projects is making a vault, and I think that's where the elytra are going to live. I have some storage here. We're probably going to put bottles of enchanting. All in all, I'm pretty pleased with both the functionality and the look of the tool and armor room right now. It's pretty functional. I'm going to do some redstone to make it even better. I'm going to do the automatic unloading for the minecart here. I still have to put in the water elevator. It's not here yet, but it's going to go up here. It's going to drop the stuff in these chests. That way we don't have to manually move the books over from the villager trading hall. I have to still sort all these books and or throw them out or put them in our trash. And this is just auxiliary storage for, whatever you might need to keep up here. So I put in the clock to make the dropper for the bubble vader work. I put in the bubble vader. I have a powered rail there, so now I need to come up with a system to make the hopper minecart go back whenever it's empty. And I need to run the minecart line from here, underground, all the way over to that building. So I wanted to come up with a system that would allow us to put enchanted books in our minecart chest over at our trading hall, and then press a button, have the cart go to our tool room and armory, unload all the books, and then without having to do anything, have the minecart go back to the trading hall. Now, this seems like a simple thing, and maybe there's a simple solution. I couldn't find it, so this is what I came up with. Basically, the default state of the powered rail is to send it back to our trading hall, but whenever it runs across this detector rail, it turns it off, so it'll actually stop when it gets over here. And as soon as there's items in this hopper, it will also turn it off. So as long as this has items in it, this will have items in it. As long as this has items in it, the chest will stay. So once the chest empties, the hopper will empty, and then it'll send the chest back. Quick demonstration, 8 blocks of gold, goes over here, stays, empty, off, and it comes back. So it took a little bit of finagling but I managed to implement my design from my creative world in the space I had available. And so now my minecart system works as advertised. Put some blocks in. We're going to pretend again that this is all the way over at the trading hall. Going to go over there. It's going to wait until it completely empties all those blocks. I probably should have used less blocks, so we'll make a cut. Unless I see something really interesting right now, which is doubtful. We're really just trying to fill time, and we're probably going to cut all this, and come on. You're going to finish? Why did I put 55 blocks in there? I should have put... And it's back. Perfect. Now I'm going to go through the process of actually expanding this minecart out through the basement, and then underground, and then over to the villager trading hall. So I finished running the minecart rail all the way through the basement, underground, under the river, to over here. I actually loaded up the minecart chest already with books, and I have to press the button and send it over there. I just didn't want to talk in this room full of villagers. They're very... Anyway, like I said, put the books in here. Then they load up the chest. It's full of mending books. You press the button, it waves at you, and it sends them back to the tool room. And we're going to race it over there. And when we get here, we're just going to wait for the books to show up. There she blows. And then... books are showing up. What's poppin', yo? I done it. I did it. I did it. So, switch that. Our tool room / armory / enchanting room is a success. I should probably take these and put them where they go. There's still a lot of cleanup to do, like all these trash enchanted books are just sitting out here and some of this stuff, but I'm really lazy and I don't want to deal with it. So I guess it's time to do an outro. I don't really know how you're supposed to do those. Last time I just laughed maniacally, and this time I just don't think that makes any sense. I did learn a trick that I can do. Let me show you guys that. So you go here, and then you go, and then you just fly up into the wood storage system at Mach 12, and you can get anything you want with a much higher velocity than you would be able to otherwise. I do lots of trick flying. Well, I guess I wouldn't really call it trick flying, but just, you know, messing around, trying to see if I can fly through different things on my server like this. Whoop, up, hit my face. Anyway, so last video did come out much higher quality than the previous videos, and I'm hoping that this one follows a similar trend, and I keep getting better at video making, and then maybe when people happen upon my videos, they'll be like, wow, this is so good, or at least like, oh wow, this is decent, but the stuff he makes, the stuff, because stuff is plural, the stuff he makes is pretty cool, so maybe they'll stick around. I don't know. See ya.